What's going on, fight fans? We're going to talk about light heavyweight prospect and I guess also interim titleist Dmitry Bivol in his fourth round beautiful stoppage of Samuel Clarkson. First, though, I do want to touch on the undercard real quick. I want to look at Hawkins, Malik Hawkins, actually, the Baltimore prospect who is a welterweight, who was the co-main. Uh, he actually has a way to go, in my opinion. I watched the fight. It was only 2 rounds. Soto, the gentleman he was fighting, he put him down in the first round. At some point, he must have caught him real quick in the eye because you saw him take a knee and then go down. And he was pretty much not the same in the second round and didn't come out for the third round because he could not see. My criticism of Malik Hawkins is, and I know he's a prospect, so I have to keep that in mind, but he didn't go to the body enough. This Soto guy comes in as a welterweight, and he had a very soft looking body. If you watch any of my videos, you know I'm big on the way that a person comes in and their body looks. If you come in against me and you have a body looking that soft, I'm tagging that body and getting all the juice out of you. It just seems like Hawkins was doing a lot of head hunting. And another thing I noticed is that Hawkins, everything he threw was hard. You know, he never took any change up or speed off of his punches. It was just hard punches, and he was doing a lot of head hunting. But I can't be too critical because Hawkins is a prospect. But unlike a lot of the prospects that are going around now, I don't think that Hawkins is ready to jump up and take a step yet. Now, what I do like about Hawkins is he's a 6 foot welterweight, and he has some time, to groom. So we'll watch him the next, I'll say, 8 to 10 fights and see if he can improve on that. But he got the win, and he'll move on and fight another, in my opinion, prospect type of guy. Now let's move on to the main event, to the light heavyweight division, and Dmitry Bivol put on I thought it was a beautiful performance over Samuel Clarkson. And now, if you saw the Showtime feed, I never saw Clarkson fight. But if you looked at the Showtime feed, they did show clips of him in other fights. And the one thing I noticed about Clarkson is that he punches hard, but it looks like that's all he really does is punch hard. And that right there let me know that Bivol was going to knock him out, because I said this guy's going to come in maybe a little wild, maybe believing in his power a little too much, and he's going to get caught. Well, he did. He got caught 3 times. Bivol put him down twice in the first round. And Bivol had beautiful combinations of going up top and something I love, going to the body. He threw a lot of jabs to the body and then the right up top. And it wasn't always even overhand right. A lot of times it was a straight right. But he never neglected the body, which is what I loved about this fight. I mean, he stayed keeping that pressure on him, going low and then going up top. Now, I have to tell you of somebody who Bivol reminds me of. One of my favorite fighters ever, Thomas Hearns. Not only is he tall, because he's 6 feet as well, like Thomas Hearns was, but Bivol throws the jab and he follows it up immediately with the right hand. That's something that Thomas Hearns was famous for. He would throw the jab out, and he would throw it out. It would be a hard jab, just enough to blind you, and then immediately Hearns would come with the right hand, and that's exactly what Bivol was doing. It wasn't a jab, pull it back, throw the right hand. It was jab, and as the left was coming back for him to bring it up, Bivol was throwing that straight right hand, which was beautiful. Now, his jab to the body reminds me a lot of the way that Floyd Mayweather would throw that stab jab to the body, where he would try to soften his opponent up, but he was throwing it very, very hard to the body. And if you look at the way that Clarkson was holding his guard up, it made it very easy to throw either a jab or a straight right to the body to soften him up. Now, like I said, Bivol didn't neglect; he stayed to the body, and he got him out of there in the third round with I think Clarkson was kind of, looked like he was maybe lunging in a little bit. Bivol caught him with a hard right hand that probably caught him right in behind the ear or somewhere. He went down and he was hurt. He got up, but you saw he staggered as soon as the ref got the 8, called off the fight. Now, with Bivol being a prospect, I had my own ideas of what I would like to see him do next. Apparently, they're saying that a fight with Nathan Cleverly is next. But I had my own ideas of what I like to see him do, even though Bivol appears to be the truth. I would like to see, I picked out 4 fights that I would like to see him fight. The very next fight I would like to see him go against is a guy named Umar Selimov. He is also a Russian living here in the United States, and he's undefeated. He's 6'3". I thought that would be a nice test for them. You know, maybe they fight in Vegas or Los Angeles, where I think Bivol trains out of. After that, I would like to see his step up fight be uh, Robert Stieglitz. Yeah, that same Robert Stieglitz who fought Arthur Abraham 4 or 9 times is a light heavyweight now. That would be kind of an older veteran that could give Bivol a decent test, but still a fight I would see him win. After that, I would have liked to see him move on to a tough fight, Isaac Chilemba, an old tough veteran that could have really gave him some rounds and maybe gave him a little bit of issues. And then the 4th fight I was looking at was Thomas Uzhausen. I didn't realize that Uzhausen was even still undefeated. Uzhausen is a huge light heavyweight. If I'm not mistaken, if I remember, Uzhausen is something like 6'4". But all 4 fights, I thought that Bivol could take to move himself up. But apparently, they're saying that the next fight is going to be against Nathan Cleverly, who right now is 8th ranked in the light heavyweight division. And that's fine. I have no problem seeing that fight. But I'm going to tell you now, I have Bivol by knockout. I see something very similar to what Kovalev did to Cleverly. And I think that Bivol, something that he did in this fight, I noticed, will keep his lead foot, his left foot, right on the outside, allowing him to catch Cleverly with the straight rights, and I think he'll get him out of there. Anyway, it was a pretty decent fight. Like I said, after seeing the clips of Clarkson, I figured we end in a knockout, and I guess it's on to Cleverly. All right, fight fans, catch y'all later.